This prisoner escaped, but nobody knows how he did it. Before leaving, he asked his friend that if he ever got out he should go to a certain place. A prisoner named Andy is polishing shoes for the warden, but unbeknownst to him he switches them with his own and walks back to his cell. The next morning he is nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, Warden Norton panics when he discovers Andy's shoes in place of his own. Rushing to Andy's cell, he demands answers. When his friend Red is brought in, he insists he knows nothing. Growing paranoid, Norton furiously throws Andy's rock sculptures around until he hurls one at a poster. The rock punches through. Stunned, Norton rips the poster away, revealing a hole just big enough for a man to crawl through. The night before, during a thunderstorm, Andy had carried his belongings in a plastic bag tied to himself. He escaped through the tunnel he had secretly carved for years, leading to a space between the prison walls. Timing his strike with the lightning, he used a rock to break a sewer pipe and crawled through 500 yards of raw sewage before emerging into a brook outside the prison walls. That morning, Andy walks into a bank using his fake identity. With all the right documents, he withdraws Warden Norton's laundered money. Before leaving, he mails a package containing Norton's incriminating account books to the Portland Daily Bugle. Soon after, police storm the prison. Captain Hadley is arrested. Meanwhile, Norton opens his safe for the first time since Andy's escape, only to find a Bible. Inside, he sees pages cut out in the shape of Andy's rock hammer. The message is clear. As police pound on his door, Norton quietly retrieves a small revolver. Later, Red receives a postcard from Fort Hancock, Texas. No message, just a silent confirmation that Andy made it to freedom in Mexico. Red and his friends pass the time reminiscing about Andy's legendary escape, but deep down he misses his friend. At his next parole hearing, Red speaks from the heart. He calls rehabilitation a made-up word and openly regrets his past. This time his parole is granted. He gets a job at a grocery store. The routine feels suffocating. Every day he walks past a pawn shop buying guns and compasses, torn between giving up and holding on. But then he remembers his promise to Andy. With a compass in hand, he follows Andy's instructions, hitchhiking to Buxton. There he finds the stone wall Andy described. Beneath a black rock, Red discovers a box, a large sum of cash, and a letter from Andy inviting him to join him. Breaking parole without hesitation, Red boards a bus to Fort Hancock and crosses into Mexico. On the shores of Zihuatanejo, Red finally reunites with Andy. Two friends free at last.